Life isn't meant to be easy. It's meant to test you, to break you down, to expose the weak parts of you that you try to hide, the darkness inside you that tells you you're not enough, that fear that paralyzes you, that pain you bury. That's your greatest enemy and your greatest weapon. Most people run from their darkness. They cover it with excuses, distractions, or comfort. But the truth is this: you don't grow in the light. You grow when you face the storm inside you, when you stop running and start owning every scar, every failure, every ounce of suffering. Mastering your darkness means you stop blaming the world. You stop asking, "Why me?" and start saying, "Try me." It means when the world says, "Quit," you grind harder. When your mind says, "You can't," you prove it wrong. You will never know who you really are until you've gone to war with yourself. The battle is brutal, but it's the only way to build unshakable strength, discipline, resilience, ownership. Those aren't given, they're forged in fire. Face the pain means standing in front of the very things you've been avoiding your whole life. Every fear, every regret, every mistake you've buried deep inside. Those aren't weights holding you down. They're doors you've refused to open. Most people spend their lives running from what hurts them. But running never makes the pain disappear. It grows stronger in the shadows. The only way to stop it from owning you is to look it dead in the eye and say, "I'm not afraid of you anymore." Pain is the great equalizer. It doesn't care about your background, your talent, or your excuses. It shows up uninvited, testing whether you're willing to fight or fold. Too many people treat pain like it's a punishment, but in reality, it's a teacher. Every scar has a lesson. Every failure has wisdom hidden inside it. When you face pain instead of avoiding it, you strip away the illusions you've built about yourself and see the raw truth of who you really are. Most people think strength comes from talent or luck, but real strength is born from pain. When you choose to face suffering, whether it's physical, mental, or emotional, you're building armor that comfort can never give you. The gym, the grind, the heartbreak, the long nights, these aren't curses, they're sharpening stones. Every time you confront pain, you chip away at weakness. Every time you endure it, you're building a version of yourself that cannot be broken by life's storms. Facing pain doesn't mean you'll enjoy it. It doesn't mean you won't feel fear or doubt. It means you stop letting those emotions dictate your actions. It means when your body screams for rest and your mind begs you to quit, you keep going. You lean into the discomfort and realize it won't kill you. It will make you unshakable. That's the difference between those who stay the same and those who rise, the willingness to step into the fire, knowing that the burn is what makes you stronger. Flip the script means refusing to let life's hardships write your story for you. Every obstacle, every rejection, every loss is an opportunity to shift your perspective. Instead of drowning in self-pity, you turn the pain into a challenge. The phrase, "Why me?" is the language of defeat. It chains you to victimhood. But when you say, "Try me," you're declaring to the world that you will not be broken, no matter how heavy the burden. You stop asking for easier circumstances and start demanding more from yourself. Adversity is the ultimate test of mindset. Two people can face the same struggle, yet one collapses while the other rises. The difference isn't in the weight of a challenge, but in the response. When you flip the script, you're no longer at the mercy of circumstance. You take ownership of how you respond. You can't always control the storm, but you can control how you stand in it. This shift in mentality transforms obstacles into training grounds for strength, preparing you for battles that most people will never survive. The world will always throw challenges your way. Injury, failure, betrayal, setbacks. But each one carries the potential to shape you into something greater. Flipping the script means you refuse to see hardship as a dead end. You see it as fuel. Every setback becomes a setup for growth. Every failure becomes proof that you're pushing limits most people avoid. Instead of shrinking when the pressure rises, you expand. Instead of retreating, you dig in. This mindset creates resilience that no amount of comfort can ever provide. When you live with this mentality, you stop being reactive and start being proactive. Struggle becomes a tool instead of a trap. Hardship stops being something you fear and becomes something you hunt. The words aren't just defiance. They're an invitation to life's hardest battles, because you know every challenge you face, every blow you absorb is carving you into someone sharper, stronger, and hungrier than the version of you that came before. Building resilience in chaos means stepping into situations that most people run from. When the world feels unstable, when nothing is certain, and when everything seems to be collapsing, that's where your true character is revealed. Anyone can stay disciplined when conditions perfect, when the path is clear and the environment is supportive. But resilience is born when the ground beneath you shakes, when life strips away your comfort, and when all you have left is grit. Chaos doesn't weaken you. It exposes what you've built inside. Comfort is the silent killer of growth. People chase stability because it feels safe, but safety is where dreams die. Chaos, on the other hand, forces you to adapt. It demands that you stay sharp, stay flexible, and stay unbreakable no matter how unpredictable life becomes. When things spiral out of control, you have two choices: collapse under the weight or use the storm to sharpen your blade. The ones who thrive in chaos are the ones who understand that order isn't the goal. Resilience is. Resilience is not about avoiding pain. It's about becoming unshakable in the middle of it. When you've been through enough chaos, you stop panicking when things fall apart because you've been there before. You've endured the sleepless nights, the setbacks, the pressure, the uncertainty. You've felt the sting of failure and still stood back up. Over time, your tolerance for chaos becomes a weapon. You realize that the harder the storm hits, the more it separates the weak from the strong, and you refuse to be counted among the weak. Chaos is the great training ground. It strips away illusions and comfort, leaving only the raw truth of who you are. Every moment of disorder is a chance to train your mind and body to keep moving forward despite fear, doubt, pain. Resilience built in chaos is permanent. It doesn't vanish when life gets easier. It becomes part of you, a foundation that no storm can shake. And when others crumble in uncertainty, you remain steady because you've trained for the very moments that break most people. Owning everything means taking full responsibility for your life, no matter what cards you were dealt. It's easy to blame the world, your circumstances, or the people who doubted you. But blame is a trap. It keeps you powerless. When you take ownership, you stop pointing fingers and start asking, what can I do about it? That shift changes everything. It doesn't matter if it's your fault or not. What matters is that it's now your responsibility. Ownership gives you the power to take control of your direction instead of waiting for life to hand you a miracle. Excuses are the language of the weak. Every time you justify why you can't, you're building chains around yourself. People will always have reasons: bad childhoods, lack of resources, no support. But reasons don't change outcomes. Ownership means stripping away every excuse until the only thing left is accountability. If you fail, you own it. If you quit, you own it. And because you own it, you also own the power to change it. That's the difference between staying stuck and moving forward. You either make excuses or you make progress, but you can't do both. Taking ownership isn't comfortable. It means facing ugly truths about yourself. It means admitting when you've been lazy, when you've wasted time, or when you've chosen comfort over growth. That level of honesty stings, but it's necessary, because once you admit it, you can fix it. Ownership forces you to look in the mirror without filters, without lies, and deal with the reality of who you are. And in that reality, you find the freedom to rebuild yourself into who you're meant to be. Ownership also builds unshakable confidence. When you know that your success and failure are in your hands, you stop fearing outside forces. Nothing can control you because you've already accepted total responsibility for your journey. That means no matter what happens, you adapt, you adjust, and you keep pushing forward. The world can throw chaos at you, but ownership means you're always steering your ship. And once you master that, nothing, not doubt, not failure, not even fear, can keep you from moving forward.